Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a quick review of the new fragrance from Viktor and Rolf, Good Fortune. I have very real things to say and I'm going to try and say them real fast. So let's get into the video. If you want to know where I got this bottle, I purchased it, been wearing this scent for a day or two, and I have opinions. Now this is not a safe blind buy, but it is a crowd-pleasing mainstream white floral fragrance from the house of Viktor and Rolf. And I love the bottle. The bottle's gorgeous. I love the face of the campaign, FKA Twigs. She's fantastic, inspirational, talented. Love her music. She's gorgeous. I love her. And I like the idea of using a unique note like fennel to be kind of front and center in a white floral fragrance. Now, as I talk about fennel, I'm going to be referencing celery, and I'm going to be referencing, if you guys have eaten too much celery, you know, if you know, like out and you're just eating sticks of celery, you know, sometimes it can get a little spicy or a little bit bitter in the background, even though it's watery celery. If I talk about a fresh spiciness, that's the feeling I'm evoking, the vibe I'm evoking. Not a fresh, spicy fragrance, but like you're eating too much celery and it's kind of sticking at the back of your throat, like that greenness, like that polyphenols or chlorophyll or whatever is a little bit tickling your tonsils. That bitterness, that green spiciness, that's what I'm talking about. It's not a spicy fragrance. This has one thing that I wish wasn't in here, and it's one of the main notes. The three main notes you really have to worry about are the fennel and the jasmine and the vanilla. And I think the vanilla cheapens this fragrance. It's not bad, and I actually don't mind the vanilla, and I think the vanilla makes this safe, but I wish that they had done more than just a generic vanilla note or accord. It cheapens what could have been something really cool from a house that I know has the ability to create really gorgeous fragrances. So first and foremost, you gotta let this fragrance dry down on your skin. The first 30 minutes, this fragrance smells just like crazy. Everything is everywhere. All the notes are all over the place. This is a dry down. This is not something you smell the second you put it on your skin or the second you smell it on a strip. Give it time to warm up, raise, stew, commingle with your body. It needs to dry down. When you dry down, you are going to smell something musky, watery, slightly a little bit spicy, again mimicking that kind of celery, fennel-y, herbally spice. Jasmine, not a distinctive jasmine note like a jasmine sambac, but a jasmine and a vanilla, something musky and fennel. It doesn't feel like it has a lot of layers. This isn't an overtly complex fragrance. Let's just put that out there. Other fragrances from this house, other flankers from this house smell more complex, more inspired. And when I remember hearing about this scent and reading about what to expect from this fragrance, I was so excited. And when I smelled this fragrance, I enjoyed it. I actually really like this fragrance, but I have to be critical of it because this does have a very generic body to it with a few little interesting things that peek out that I think make it special. But for a lot of people, you're going to smell this and you're going to be like, that's it. So not a safe blind buy first and foremost because the fennel is very front and center, and a lot of people don't like watery, musky white florals with the addition of a very generic vanilla note. And generic vanilla fragrances are very popular because they're very complimentary, they're very beautiful, they smell really good in a variety of different environments, hot weather, cold weather. They can be casual, they can be formal, you can wear them out to a date night or dancing or the theater, or just if you're getting brunch or going to run errands. It's a fantastic type of note that really works well in a variety of different situations. So when it comes down to a generic vanilla note, what I mean by that is the vanilla smells like vanilla. It doesn't smell like a vanilla pod. It doesn't smell like very expensive vanilla note you would find in luxury niche fragrances. It smells like a vanilla note you would find across other designer scents. It's a good vanilla, but it's not an exceptional vanilla. And I would have hoped that the vanilla wouldn't be super dominating because it tends to blanket and overpower everything else. The florals in here are slightly watery and musky. The jasmine sticks out a little bit. It's a little bit green, a little bit oppressive for a jasmine note, but in a way that I really like. I like jasmines that smell a little bit musky on the skin, a little bit watery. There's something about them that works really well in hot weather, but when you still want that kind of sophisticated maturity. And I like what Fennel brings to the party. I like that kind of added, kind of watery, fresh, spicy, green, herbal, vegetal. I wouldn't even say it's vegetal. It's a watery vegetable. It has a little bit of a bite to it, a little bit of a kick to it. It's a little herbally. And I like how it cuts through the jasmine and the vanilla and the florals and everything else. It adds a little edge to this fragrance that is different and special, but it does make it a little bit different, and not everyone's gonna like that, and that's fine. But what I think specifically is the kicker to this fragrance, which isn't making it the best fragrance it can be, is its lack of depth. Now, Flower Bomb is a very complimentary fragrance. A lot of people love that scent. It is overworn, but there's something about the way that fragrance smells that it just kind of entices. There's so many flowers. It brings up so many different feelings in regards to femininity and being mature and being youthful, playful, flirty, sexy. I mean, it does so much while still being a generic designer fragrance that's crowd-pleasing and mainstream and really beautiful. I mean, it's fantastic. However, I expect a new fragrance from the house who's brought fragrances like some very successful flankers. Bon Bon's really beautiful. I wanted something that had a really kind of interesting and unique and inspiring and fun campaign to deliver that. And what I feel is this is a very semi-safe, generic, but still very pretty and a little bit different and a little bit creative with the Fennel white floral musky scent. And the muskiness in this, it feeling very musky and overpowering with this kind of basic vanilla note, I find cheapens something that could have been really beautiful, really unique, and really cool. Instead of the vanilla, I wish that they would have done something maybe possibly with different resins. There's some resins out there that I think really could have added something unique and special and rounded rather than cheap smelling vanilla note. The jasmine, I think, is nice, but I don't think it's the correct white floral. I've kind of wished they would have focused more on Lily of the Valley, or maybe if they focused on Ylang Ylang or Orange Blossom or something that is more distinctive than this basic jasmine that they used. I also wish that there were more woods that were up in front. I think that might have helped balance some of this. I know that there's woods in here, but they're just kind of in the background, just kind of being the mayonnaise, something distinctive to kind of add a clarity to this fragrance, a brightness. This needs almost like an acidity, like fatty dishes when you're cooking a meal needs an acidity to add a brightness. This needs something else to cut through it and add a little bit of complexity. This fragrance does not smell like a final draft scent. This smells like a first draft. Like, hey, we have this idea for this white floral scent that's mature and mystical and different and special, and we really want to focus on this kind of uniqueness of this fennel note. And this is a great starting point, fantastic starting point, but not a good ending point. However, on the skin, it's beautiful, it's watery, it's complementary. There's a youthful playfulness with this, but there's also a sophisticated maturity about it. This is a great scent, but that's because it smells generic like a lot of other fragrances you smelled out there, with a little bit of a twist, and I like that twist. So I do actually really enjoy this fragrance from Viktor and Rolf. I do, I like it. I think it's a good fragrance, but I'm going to be critical because you probably have a fragrance like this in your collection already. And if you're interested in trying this fragrance, I don't think that it's unique enough to be worth a blind buy. And I also don't think that the fennel note is safe enough to be worth a blind buy. So like Flower Bomb might be like, yeah, blind buy that, you know, obviously don't blind buy, but I would feel more comfortable telling you to blind buy Bon Bon or blind buy Flower Bomb. But this one, The thing that saves it also makes it a little bit harder for me to say, yeah, go out and try it, you know, or go out and buy it. However, I do enjoy this fragrance. I do think it is really nice, and I think that it's not a loser. It's not like a failed fragrance, but I think that it could have been better. So, my thoughts on Viktor and Rolf Good Fortune. This is a very wearable fragrance, something you can easily reach for and wear to the office, wear on dates, wear to parties. It's easy to wear. It does have a unique kind of slight spicy, green spiciness to it, but again, that's from the Fennel, and that is not like a fresh, spicy, green spicy that you find in fragrances. Again, if you eat a piece of celery and you get that kind of little tickle in the back of your throat, that's the kind of spiciness that I'm talking about. But it is very much a kind of generic smelling, musky white floral with a basic vanilla note. But those types of fragrances smell good, they perform good, people enjoy them because they're confident boosting, and there's something that is kind of sophisticated and nice about them. It's not a niche quality fragrance by any means. However, if you are looking for something a little bit different from a designer fragrance in some really beautiful packaging, I enjoy this. And I don't think that this is the best fragrance that this house has come out with, but I don't think it's bad. I think that this is the type of fragrance that is part of the dumb grab area of a fragrance collection, my personal opinion. But it does smell really good on the skin, and I do like the added spiciness that it has. But again, like, it's not spicy, it just has a little bit of fresh spiciness from the Fennel. You have to wear it to understand what I'm saying. You'll be like, oh yeah, I get it. That, like, eating a piece of celery, I get it. But at the end of the day, it is a cool bottle. It does perform very well, 8 to 10 hours on my skin with moderate projection and sillage. And if you do love the maturity and sophistication of musky white florals and you want something a little bit different in your collection, you will probably enjoy this fragrance. It's not bad. I do enjoy it, but I did have higher hopes and higher expectations from this house. So that is my review of Good Fortune from Viktor and Rolf, the new fragrance. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you tried this fragrance, I'd love to know what you guys think, positive or negative. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.